Hello there friends, I guess it's become my new tradition to release latest news videos every few days. When you think you've seen it all in this world, suddenly you hear information like Electronic potentially joining Elige or Elige leaving Liquid and so on. Just a couple of weeks ago, if someone told you about these scenarios, you would have raised your eyebrow and move on, but now it's the new reality. We're here to discuss the latest roster reshuffles and rumors. Let's get straight to it. Let's start with the Brazilian pro scene. Everyone is curious about what will happen with Fallen and Furia, and we have the first pieces of news. According to various Brazilian media outlets, it seems that Fallen has agreed to join Yuri and Serrato, but there are some complications. Firstly, Imperial is not willing to let go of their long-standing captain easily and has significantly increased his price tag. Considering that in Brazil even less-known players demand fees of $300,000–400,000 for a transfer, I wouldn't be surprised if it reaches a six-figure sum. Additionally, Dust2 reports that Furia wants to acquire two players from Imperial, Fallen and Cello, who will replace Safe and Drop. Art, Yuri and Serrato will remain on the team. In short, nothing is official yet and everything could be cancelled at the last moment, but that's what we love about the Brazilian dramas. In my opinion, a lineup with Fallen and Cello looks extremely formidable. It's like a Brazilian dream team. I have a feeling it will break all records in viewership during broadcast. We just need to see this transfer through, and according to Brazilian media, it's not guaranteed to happen. Imperial is doing everything to stick to their star players, so we'll keep an eye on the situation. Surprising news also came from OG. Well, maybe not so surprising since we've been talking about it for a month now. Dexter and Neofrag have officially left the organization, leaving only Fico behind. Remember how Dexter claimed he didn't hear about any transfers? It seems like another case where pro players deny or stay silent about the rumors and then suddenly everything is confirmed. So, what's next for OG? As HLTV reports, they will build their roster around Nexa, Fico and Regali. In case you forgot, Regali stepped in for Dexter and performed remarkably well as a sniper. As for the captaincy, it seems that Loba's inside information was accurate. He mentioned that the players themselves kicked Nexa because they didn't want to practice as much, and now that the lineup has fallen apart, they bring the captain back. We'll discuss Flames a bit later since it's highly unlikely for him to remain in the team. So who will fill the remaining two spots? According to Harumi, the two players who are likely to join OG are Cypher and Jimfat, and while the former player is well known, the latter is a mystery for us. They say he is a highly skilled player from Mouse Academy, a rifler. Furthermore, he's the younger brother of Sergey, who used to play for Ants. You probably remember him. So basically Nexa is gathering around young talents to build a new successful team for OG. However, regarding Cypher, things are not yet entirely clear. A former HLTV journalist denies these rumors, but the British player himself posted emojis on his Twitter, which seems to be the default response. In any case, we wait for more detailed news, but it seems that the major changes are already on the horizon. Former FaZe analyst Innershine shared his thoughts on all of these roster shuffles. Dexter needs to re-evaluate himself and grow as a teammate. He's a good sniper with excellent potential, capable of being a consistently top 3-5 sniper in the world if he acknowledges his tough sides. Unfortunately, OG is not the team that Dexter needed in terms of playstyle and coaching staff, I'm sure of that. Yes, Dexter carried some matches with his skill and achieved good statistics, but is that what he should aspire to? As for the new OG lineup with potential additions of Cypher and Jimfat, they are good 5 players, but will they form a good team? The Finn and the Romanian lack experience, and Cypher doesn't have that much either. Fiku has been playing in OG with Nexa for quite some time, so he can help his in-game leader adapt to the 3 new less experienced players. But will that be enough? Communication issues may arise with Regali. He's not Dexter, but I heard he has his own demons. A lot depends on Cypher more than others. Having an English-speaking native player in an international team is great. Players like that, for example Twists in FaZe, greatly aid communication and gel the game. If Cypher adapts well to the team and isn't too quiet, he will automatically have a significant impact. We'll see how it goes. Even if the lineup doesn't work out, 1 or 2 players will definitely shine brightly, like Flames for example. Enough of Innershine. Well, all the rumors seem to be getting confirmed. It will be interesting to see if the next ones come true. It's still unclear where Dexter and Neofrag will go, but I doubt they'll stay without the team for long. By the way, what about Flames? The latest rumors suggested he would join Vitality. This was once again confirmed by Overdrive.
Из свежих слухов это то, что Фейс не будут шафлиться, а Флеймза хотят Виталити вместо Дюпри. Но опять же, это слухи.
And now Bleaks.gg confirms it as well. Two super authoritative sources, so I can't even imagine why it shouldn't happen. As Harumi says, Flames has some interesting offers, but he chose Vitality to play alongside Spinks, the Israeli duo in action. According to Dust 2, one of the coolest offers was from Liquid, but Flames turned it down. Almost all these sources say that he will replace Dupree, and honestly I haven't found any mention why they would remove the legend. But as people write on Twitter, it was most likely Dupree's own decision. He has won 5 majors, he has a child, he's the richest player in the history of CSGO, he has achieved everything. So it's basically time for him to retire. Maybe not forever, but at least for a couple of months. He deserves to rest. Why not come around when CSGO releases? Again, this is not official information, just community speculations, but it sounds quite logical. Here's what Kassad says about it. Getting Flames for Dupree is 100% the right move for Vitality. It's all about the bigger picture and long-term vision. That being said, Dupree is one of the all-time greats, Hall of Fame player and a role model with spotless career and great personality. Surprisingly, Nerds, on the contrary, doesn't seem much sense in this replacement. I saw the rumors about Dupree, for me it doesn't make sense. Some people talking about the long run and his stats overall, and most people forget about the personality, impact in game and outside the game. When I'm watching Vitality, he's the key factor in the team. The way how he's going first and taking space plus his personality from viewer POV has huge impact. With all the big love I have to Flames, I don't think it's a good idea, and if Vitality gonna make this change, I guess I don't understand CS anymore. So it's more or less clear with that, we just have to wait for the official announcements. But what about Liquid? If they offered Flames such great conditions, it means they are planning some major roster changes. And here comes the mind-blowing news from Overdrive. According to him, Liquid is signing Patsi, and the most interesting part here is that he is coming not as a replacement for Nitro, but for Elige.
И надо понимать, что Patsi ты вместо Elijah. Там еще будет один плюс, который вы вообще никак не угадаете.
This was also confirmed by Dust 2. According to their information, Patsi in Liquid is already at 95%. The deal is worth $100,000. And if he fits well into the lineup and they start achieving success, Spirit will receive additional bonuses. However, Harumi says that the deal is actually not for $100,000, but for $150,000. In any case, this is a highly unexpected transfer. We discussed Dexter in Liquid Flames, but never mentioned Patsi. Soon Liquid might become a Russian-speaking team altogether. But the most non-obvious part is that Liquid plans to replace Elige, according to Overdrive's words, so they need another player for Nitro's position. And as reported again by Dust 2, it will be Rainwaker from 500. It's quite a strange choice. People consider the Bulgarians from 500 to be cheaters, they have a terrible reputation, and now one player is signing for Liquid. Yeah, Overdrive says about it.
Если Patsi в Liquid это вообще пушка, то вот Rainwaker любопытно, как это будет выглядеть.
Well, this is definitely a major overhaul in Liquid. If all this happens, it means they won't be able to compete in the American RMR anymore, as they will have 3 players from Europe. Now let's see what Yekinder has to say about it. Some serious leaks. If some is true, I will remain IGL. Obviously, it's not gonna be an easy task, but I have been thinking about it for a while now. Team Liquid is giving me the best opportunity to pursue my own ambitions, and to them I'm thankful, and at the same time to all the fans. According to various sources, Liquid should finalize their roster in the next couple of days, so we'll have to wait and see. Now, what will happen with Elige? This is where things start to get really speculative. There are rumors that are hard to believe. So Elige has attracted interest from Complexity and EG. As Dust 2 reports, Elige declined Complexity's offer and chose EG. And this is where the news get truly explosive. Once again, according to Blix, EG has reached agreement with Jax and Zorte. Moreover, there are some neat details about the deal with Zorte. As reported by Harumi, the deal is worth $100,000, but apparently the price is the same as with Patsi, $150,000.
Так, ну Харуми пока не превзошел своего учителя. Зорте 150 тысяч стоит.
So in EG we'll have Jax and Zorte, plus it's unclear who will remain in the previous lineup. But here comes the news that surprised even me. As reported by Blix, evil geniuses are in negotiations with Elige and, attention, Electronic. Sorry, what? Electronic in EG? Well, that's something no one expected. People say that Neelan and Automatic will remain in the roster while the rest will depart. From what I understand, EG wants to acquire either Elige Elige or Electronic, and there's a heated discussion going on. Electronic is choosing between Cloud9 and Elige. Is this really happening? Just imagine if we were discussing this a couple of months ago. I would have laughed myself to death at such insights. But these are very credible sources. Next, we'll move to some backstage rumors. There is information that Navi deliberately didn't transfer Electronic to Cloud9 to avoid strengthening an already powerful competitor. And Navi themselves are leaning towards choosing EG. It's because their lineup is international, and whether it will work or not is a big question. On the other hand, Electronic would undoubtedly dominate in Cloud9. However, it's all super unofficial and more of a community speculations and theories rather than inside information, but you'll have to admit it sounds very logical. And there's a bit more information on this topic. As noticed by the community in an HLTV podcast, an admin said the following. I couldn't find this segment myself, so I'll just quote it. Do you know what's crazy? I don't know if this information is 100% true, but from what I can tell, this Electronic Perfecto and Electronic is not Navi's decision. People might think it's because they are Russians, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't really make sense because they spent a year and a half together since the war started, and suddenly they say, okay, this is not right anymore. From what I understand, they started this conversation earlier than Navi, like, we want to leave. And then everything turns upside down. So if we believe this information, Perfecto and Electronic themselves decided to leave, and probably not just for no reason. It means that they probably received some offers and started thinking if it's worth staying in Navi. Maybe they should try this option or this. And then the rumors about Cloud9 became very plausible. Like after their failure at the major, Cloud9 started thinking about the future, threw their lines to Electronic and Perfecto, and they just agreed. And that was the moment when this transfer turned from fantasy into reality. Again, there are no official confirmations or announcements, these are all rumors and talks. By the way, Simple also mentioned it on his stream once again.
Да, вам никто не даст ответ насчет Нави. Ребята, вы можете не тратить свое время и свои силы, своих пальцев, чтобы писать сообщения. Ждите официальных анонсов.
Next, Simple really got carried away and started discussing all the insiders who provide information. Jonas received the most criticism. He was one of the first to talk about replacements in Navi and the possibility of Alexi B joining them.
Ну, например, вот вы говорите про инсайды, да, там. Ну, например, я вот прочитал, там есть какой-то тип, блядь, он еще в ВК пишет. Блядь, он такую хуйню пишет. Вот он реально настоящий долбоеб. Таким бы я не верил, он долбоеб.
So first Simple jumped on Jonas and Innershine did the same afterwards. He wrote that Jonas is not an insider, just a person who throws darts at the sky. Sometimes he hits, sometimes he misses completely. Well, basically it appeared out of nowhere. For us it's a pure pleasure to watch the scene develop. Pro players create scandals and inside information and rumors appear here and there, just like in football. I consider it perfect content. I would review such things every day. I'm recording this one after I finished with the video, but you know, I just can't skip such news. Once again, according to our authoritative source, Blix, Navi has found themselves a new player. It will be JL from Apex. It's a Lithuanian player and he knows Russian well. And together with his team, he made it to the semi-finals of the major in Paris. I can't say it's an obvious option. Moreover, he doesn't have a lot of tier 1 scene experience. But he's a ready-to-go grown-up player who shoots pretty nice and kinda resembles Danya Zeus. Therefore, all the rumors about Navi switching to English are just not logical. Still, he communicated in English in Apex, so it might be just a platform for the future. I can't tell anymore because it's like super fresh, I have heard it a half an hour ago. We will definitely talk more about this reshuffle in the next video. And maybe because of him, Electronic and Perfecto could potentially stay in Navi. Or maybe it doesn't affect anything at all. Do you guys think he's a good substitution for NPL? Write in the comments below. Well, and let's finish this topic about Navi with the least obvious statement from the former Force coach, Little. I believe that NPL's departure is 99% certain. Regarding Electronic and Perfecto, a new law has recently been enacted and prohibits esports players from Ukraine from playing with players from Russia. I don't know how this will affect Navi. It says that he cannot play together in a national team. It was precisely because of this situation that this media bomb started yesterday. If we look at the prospects of Electronic and Perfecto, then it's 100% Cloud9. It would be a good option because they have problems. Most likely there will be a replacement in Cloud9. Replacing Buster and Hobbit would be a good idea, and two players fit in perfectly: Electronic, who doesn't really want to be a captain, and Perfecto. The second option, as far as I know, is that Bad Boom currently is forming a team. They did well in Dota 2, what stops them from doing the same in CSGO? Right now they have Jerry and Zorte, a sniper and a free captain. And they have Electronic and Perfecto. I don't think it will be a big problem to find a fifth player for this team, and it could become a very promising tier 1 lineup. Interesting thoughts though, but what he said about Jerry is even more important. After all, he spent 5 years with him in Force. Quote, "I know for sure that Jerry has an offer from Fnatic and Evil Geniuses. Whether he wants to go here or there, it's clear that American organizations usually offer more money. I understand that it would be an immediate replacement for Neelan. In that case, the question is if the roster will be stronger. From what I know about Jerry, money is important, but it's not the most important thing here. The result matters more to him. He will join a lineup with more prospects. Again, it's possible that it won't be a European roster. So Jerry has an offer from Fnatic and Elige. Evil Geniuses really seem to be gathering a CIS lineup. And now let's discuss other rumors and official news. For example, there's information that Man2 will join BIG. Several sources are talking about it, and he himself wrote on Twitter that he has signed a contract. He might come in as a replacement for Hyped. I didn't know that Man2 knows German. Anyways, if these rumors are confirmed, we're just happy that he finally managed to find a new team. And here comes Deco denying that he and Boomich will be leaving OneWin.
Денчик, скажи, пожалуйста, что ты думаешь про слухи, что вы с Бумычем кикнуты?
Ничего не думал.
Ничего не думаешь?
Не,
Но вы в команде?
да.
One more interesting piece of news is about another Russian player who is in high demand. It's about Kensi from Aurora. He shared in an interview that right after the major he received 3 significant transfer offers. 2 were from Eastern Europe and 1 from Western Europe. Considering that he declined an invitation from VP, it becomes very intriguing to know what kind of offers he received. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. And finally, at last, some official information. How much can we discuss and speculate when we just need to take action and sign the deals, right? That's what Falcons did. A few days ago, rumors emerged that they would sign Boros, Longs, and MHL. And exactly as speculated, yesterday Monte officially announced that Boros is leaving their team. And then, a few minutes later, Falcons announced their new lineup. From the old 5, only NBK and Bodhi remain. Everyone was expecting Boros to join a top-tier team. There were numerous rumors about various strong lineups, but it seems that the guys from Saudi Arabia were able to convince him with something. And most likely, we're talking about a significant amount of money.
Главная загадка межсезонья — это как Борош оказался в Falcons. Я уверен, что у него были еще какие-то инвайты, но он выбрал команду, которая по факту слабее Монте. Либо там какие-то нереальные зарплаты, либо в Монте настолько все плохо, что он пытался как можно быстрее от них уйти, либо он, не знаю, вообще ничего не понимает, как дальше развивать свою карьеру.
It seems that one of the sagas of this summer has finally come to an end, but the most interesting part is yet to come. What will happen with Navi? Where will Electronic and Perfecto go, if they even go? New lineups for Team Liquid, EG, OG, Vitality, and others. In short, this summer will definitely be the hottest ever known. And as always, all you need is to subscribe to the channel, so I'll provide you with an overview of all the insights and news and rumors. And I won't say goodbye for a long time. See you soon.